Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Profit. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And today's video, we got a lot of updates. A lot of alpha was kind of leaked, dropped, put together over the past couple of hours. And we're gonna get straight into it in this video. So we're gonna be covering the Bloomberg article, a couple messages from Forex, what the tokenomics look like from Drip, Drop, Draw, as well as what I believe we will have in a tax vault after 1 week. And I looked at some of the average volume that we pulled over the animal farm, over the drip over the past year, especially during the bear run or bull market. God, I'm just misspeaking all day today. So looking at that to see where we will flatline at, and also some updates on the animal farm. We just got some new loyalty score information. So let's jump straight into it. First and foremost, we got the Bloomberg article that is up. So Forex did deliver on that. So it is good. I've gone back and forth on this on my channel, told you guys about the marketing. At least my take on it, at least the good thing is that money that has been accumulating, he is putting to use, he is spending. We can see it. There are ads, there's the Instagram, there's tweets now, there's this Bloomberg article. There were other articles. There's also the content creators such as altcoin buzz, stuff like that, right? So definitely good to see that happening. I personally, this is my opinion, all you haters out there aren't gonna like it. I don't think it does anything. I think that's great to do, but I don't think it actually will bring in eyeballs into the ecosystem, because crypto as a whole, I showed you this multiple times on my channel, we are part of the early adopters. When you look at the market adoption curve, early adopters aren't going to Bloomberg to get their information. They're not even going to Instagram or anything like that. Twitter and YouTube is primarily where they're getting their info, because it's in real time. Like I'm doing a lot of stuff with AI, that stuff is coming in Reddit, coming in real time. And by the time you get these articles out, nobody's checking the TradFi traditional media for information. Now, what this will be good for is when we get into a bull run and there is a bunch of Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, or whatever articles that have been there for a while, and then we're in a bull run and it's a year later and this article has some history behind it with some eyeballs, then the new adopters coming in that are doing their research are going to go straight into Google, straight into Yahoo, whatever type of Google search, and then some of this comes up and it gives it some authority and credibility. But short term, I personally don't think it's going to have any positive effect on our ecosystem or prices, but still good to see. All right, next up, this was pretty cool. So we have the new update on the loyalty score. So now we're at 8%. Remember, you get 2% per month. Now, something I noticed, and I want you guys to explain this to me out here, because I'm more confused than I was before. So you have the 8%, and this is added to the total reduction that you get from your linear or auto compounding, right? So let's take, for example, this tax reduction. Let's start with the first one, 45%. If I was to select that and I come down here, it shows me a total of 45%. So it's giving me 37% from the tax reduction of the voucher, and then 8% for the loyalty score, give me a total of 45%. Okay, that makes sense. And when I do it on another one, it adds up the same as well, 66 and 8. But something funny happens. Let's do one more just so you guys can see. With the lower numbers, it works out 23 and 8, right? Everything is adding up to the actual total amount here, 44 as well, right? So with 44, I have 36 and 8. So everything works out. But the minute I get over 80%, over 90%, remember 90% is the lowest you can reduce your taxes, it does something funny. So take a look at that. 8% and 89%. So that's a 97% tax reduction. And that won't work, can't go through. I'm not going to sell anything on this video, but I'm curious to see what you guys see. And then look at 80%. 80% is even weirder. It goes back to the other one, right? So now this is 80 and it makes perfect sense. But I have 97 on this one. And then with 83, it's changed as well. I got 83 total. So I'm not sure what that is with when it goes to above the tax reduction, if it's just like an error in the calculation or what, but 89% total. And I should have, if you use this model, I should have 90%. So the other 2% would be lost. So it should give me, in my opinion, or my calculation, should give me the 82% here and plus the 8 and give me 90% total. But somehow it's saying 89% total and it's giving me 8%. So I'm like losing a percentage point somewhere. And even if it was going to do the exact same calculation as the other ones where it adds up to a total 84%, then it would say 8 here and 78 here, but it doesn't say that. So I don't know why that is. But again, when you look at 80, it adds up to 80. So that's a weird one. I don't understand. Maybe you guys have experienced the same thing. You can help me out. But every single other one does exactly what it's supposed to. So I have to wait till these max out and see what happens. In theory, they should max out at 82%. So once it gets to 82, then I would have the 82 plus the 8 and it'd be 90. But I think because I remember pulling those out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm confusing myself. The numbers don't add up. It's confusing. But anyway, let's get into what we really want to know about, and that is drip, right? So we got some messages from Forex that about drip. So he said somebody asked him any alpha about triple D, and there is so much more coming. That's literally one of like 6 major developments we are launching at the same time. So this goes, we've been talking about this in our group. Forex is not really that bullish, I would say, on triple D. So it seems as though, this is my personal assumption, he wants more of the focus on the animal farm, and it's not that he's not supporting it. He's clearly supporting it, and it's going to launch. But as I mentioned in another one of my videos, he definitely wants the Pigs Plinko game to come out first. So somebody's asking about triple D, and he's like, there's more coming than just triple D. And people are like, yeah, we don't really give a shit, Forex. All we want is triple D. So he's more concerned with all the other building blocks of the ecosystem, and neglected that the community is here because of drip. And that's all they really want. Yeah, the animal farm is great and the games will be great, but drip is that passive income printer that people have seen wrecking their positions for the past year. So I just thought that was funny. So next up, he said, so March will be remembered forever. And he said, the only thing we're waiting on for is the bank we are working with to finish the contract work, which they said will be done on the 6th. That's for the new UI, fiat on-ramp, improved team airdropping, cross-chain interoperability, and improved incentives for people depositing fresh capital. Triple D should be good to go next week as well. So as of right now, this video, we don't have an announcement date, and it looks as though we are still waiting for the UI to be part of that. Ray has hinted on that, saying that things need to be released in good, proper order, so to speak. And I don't think he's going to do anything to push the envelope to get it launched sooner. He did mention something about maybe a testnet kind of idea, but we know that Ray will support whatever Forex says. So chances of this going out sooner than later are slim to none. And if this is delayed, I don't see the actual drip drop draw launching on its own. I'd love to see that, but I don't think that's going to happen. So it looks like they're waiting on contract work done by the 6th. So since this is in somebody else's hands, we don't know what will happen. In theory, everything goes smooth and it's done by the 6th, and then we can make an announcement. But if the bank has some issues with the contract, or something doesn't work, or they get it back and it's not coded correctly, just keep that in mind, that there could be a delay because drip drop draw is tied to the new UI. I know everybody in my group and other people on my channel personally don't think it needs to be tied with the UI. Again, nobody in drip is really concerned with that. Ray did mention in his video that, yeah, there's a lot of people that may not be aware of drip drop draw and aren't tapped in. My argument to that is those people that aren't aware and aren't tapped in don't matter, because we see the price pump from the people that are tapped in. So having it on the UI is great long term, kind of like I mentioned with the marketing. It's great for the long term people, but the ones that matter are the ones that are tapping into the content daily. They're engaged in the Telegram, they're checking Twitter and stuff like that. So it doesn't matter if it's on the UI. Launch drip drop draw and then let the UI take as long as it needs, and then that's just another announcement date. That's my 2 cents. Nobody watched my videos from the team. They don't care. As you saw up here, Forex is all about everything else. So all we can do is cross our fingers and hope. All right, both Piggy Plinko, which is interesting, that's piggy and not dogs. I have no idea how that marketing came about, but I've seen the images. And all drip dev stuff will be finished this month, and we will have launch dates for them. Tomorrow I have a big Piggy Plinko announcement. So nothing about drip, drop, draw. Even though last time he didn't mention anything about it in his announcements either, but he talked about it in the AMA for about half the AMA. So fingers crossed again that we will hear something, and fingers crossed that the community can push this and not get it gate kept by the team due to delays from external people working on the UI. That's just my 2 cents. All right, let's get into the real alpha and what I wanted to share, which is released from Josh. So he gave me the updated Faucet Tokenomics. I'm not going to read all of this. This was what was in the screenshot that Ray shared. This is now pinned in my group, but I'm going to show you these numbers so you can actually see what it looks like. But basically, there's a 1% dev fee that goes to the Forex Control wallet for marketing only. Also, this is important. 1 BUSD equals 1 ticket. So, and it rounds down. If you contribute 199, you will get 1 ticket. If you contribute 201, you will get 2 tickets. So be mindful of that. And buying BUSD and BNB will give you 20% more tickets. We talked about that already. There's a video I got scheduled that you'll see about this super secret strategy that I think people are sleeping on. And one other thing is 5% of funds and influencer brought in from their affiliate link paid out as referral rewards in lottery tickets, not BUSD or drip. So that's awesome. That stops the inflation of drip, meaning if I were to shill a referral link, I actually get lottery tickets, and then those tickets I have to deposit to try to win. So now influencers no longer need to be in it to win it. And so referral rewards will be paid regardless of influencer participation. So that is pretty cool to see. But let's break down these numbers real quick. That's what I wanted to show. All right. So this is the breakdown of how the tokenomics work. 75% goes into your faucet, so we're not even counting that. 24% goes to the jackpot, 1% goes to the dev. That comes out to a total of 100%. Now, when we break the jackpot down, this is what you get. First prize gets 5%. Random second, third, fourth, and fifth. These are the runners up. These are random prizes. They get 1%. And biggest depositor gets 2.5%, biggest sacrifice 2.5%, and there's a rollover of 10%. So let's look at the numbers that we had speculated. Remember the previous video, they were talking about 500K for the day being injected. I do believe that that is realistic. It won't be 500K every day, but definitely it is feasible in day one. So what I've done is taken that 500K and basically break it over the 6 rounds, because remember, this runs every 4 hours. So with 250,000, here's what we can expect to see. So the first round, let's just say, will come out to the first depositor prize gets 12,500 drip. Remember, this is in drip, not dollars. And $25,000 worth of drip is rolled over. And at the drip current price of 50 cents, that would basically be 500,000 drip purchased. So I didn't change the numbers. I just used 50 cents because it's simple. And I believe that we'll hover around this range, because what will happen when drip pumps, people that are sitting on the sidelines, like I showed you already, have like 1 million drip in wallets that have accumulated since the 14th of February. That's going to clearly dump at different prices. So as we go up, it'll come back down, go up, come back down, it'll settle, right? So using 50 cents as the barometer is a good assessment. So then round 2, I decided to say we're going to see half as much allocated, because like I said, by the end of the day, we're looking at $500,000. Could definitely be more, but I think 500 is modest. And here's what the payouts look for that. And then the drip purchased, and again, still at 50 cents, then cutting in half again, cutting in half again, cutting in half again. And what's significant about this number is that around 30,000 is what we've seen allocated into drip average. And what I mean by that is over here on the native DEX on BSC scan, I looked at the actual bull run we had. So from using the numbers from around October to January, since that was the most aggressive time for drip when people were buying, and I think we'll have similar protocols with people buying, this averaged out to about 38,000 drip per day. There were bigger days and other days, but 38,000 per day seems realistic, and that's what I have up here. So I looked at 26 October through 26 Jan, that was 92 days. 3.5 million, about 38,000 per day on average. Also, when you look over at Pancake Swap DEX, we saw about the same thing. When you average it out, there's on the buy days, there's about $30,000 worth of drip being bought. So that's a good baseline number to look at to say where I think the hype will kind of settle at, right? So that's going to happen by round 5 with what I'm projecting by cutting it in half, basically. And then round 6 kept it at the exact same. So what that means is on day 1, about 580,000. Again, if you look at the numbers Ray and Josh had, that makes perfect sense. If you look at what we've done previously, there were days where we put in more than $1 million. We had a high up here of 2.26 million. Obviously BNB was worth more, but this is over on PancakeSwap. So there's definitely more money. This was also during the bull run. So we could have a lot more put in. So 500K is a good modest amount, 580K. That means we'll put 1.1 million drip into the tax vault, and there would have been paid out $131,000 worth of drip to the winners throughout the entire day. Now, let's look at what this looks like over the course of a week or 5 days, because I think this whole hype will kind of fizzle out by about day 3 to 5. That's usually what you see on a lot of the contracts. So what I did again, just cut this in half, basically until we get back to that 30 to 40K number. So basically looking at 290,000 on day 2, 145, 72, 36, right? So by day 5, maybe day 7, I think this is basically what we'll start seeing in drip, drop, draw, like daily lottery kind of payout. And that would roughly be about this amount here. So you can still win about $3,600 worth of drip on the big, the first winning. And then on the biggest sacrifice, you got 1827. So there's still tons of money to be made, even at that $35,000 mark. And this is without sacrificing. So actually, this is not counting any of the drip that is sacrificed. This is just off of the fresh capital being put in. So by the end of 1 week, we could have about 1.1 million injected. I definitely think that's feasible. Again, I showed you we had more than 1 million in 1 day. And total drip, we'd have 2.2, again, at the 50-cent price. And I believe that that's very realistic because, again, we could shoot up to $1 and we would just trickle right back down to 50 cents. And that makes it another buying opportunity for people to ape in with, arbitrage, all sorts of stuff. And then $255,000 worth of drip paid out. So after the hype, after week 1, ongoing basis, taking that 36,000 per day average, we can look at basically putting in 431,000 drip into the tax vault on a weekly basis consistently with this lottery. Now, of course, there are the sells and stuff that will come on and people that will be taking profits and whatnot. And of course, the daily percentage of the tax vault that has to pay out, of the drip faucet has to pay out. And I'm going to run those numbers in a different video, the actual roughly 30% claim per day, and to see if this can offset that. But this does look really, really positive. Getting 2 million drip by the end of the first week, I think is very feasible. Definitely by the end of the second week into the tax vault. We already saw that we got over 1 million with no actual utility, just hype. So definitely feasible with the actual utility in place. So that was a lot in this video. Hope it provided some value, and hopefully we do get this announcement sooner rather than later. This video will be out before Forex's AMA, so we'll see what he has to say, and I'll do a follow-up, of course, on that. And other than that, that's all I got. Hope it provides some value. If it did, you know the drill. Smash it, special brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.